Welcome, everybody. Sorry we're a little bit late, but you see what we got on. You see the polos. This
Business.
was unplanned, too. This was unplanned.
Unplanned. This is business day.
We got to rectify our mistakes that we made last week. We'll have Jalen on in about 30 to 40 minutes. Larry, we're gonna let Larry sit on some ice this week for that Colorado pick that he gave us, and we told him, "Listen here, you better."
He was giving
Yeah,
out props, giving out Colorado props. Larry, I'm disappointed. I need
went out there and
he's
got
back on here too.
went out there and got boat race. Just like we do every show, we're going to start out talking about what a teaser is. So, a teaser is if one team is favored by 10 points. Okay, so we'll up it up a little bit. If they are favored by 10 points, you're like, I don't think they're going to win by 10, but I know they're going to win by like 3 or 4 or 5, 6, whatever. The teaser 7 points, which we recommend, takes that 7 points off of 10. So now they're favored by 3 points. So all they have to do is win by 3 or more, and you win that bet. Now, you can add it to the other side. So let's just say that team is underdog by 10 points. You add 7 to it. Now they are plus 17. Okay. So put it in layman's terms, if UNC Charlotte is playing Johnson C. Smith and the spread is minus 10, UNC Charlotte is favored by 10 points, and you don't think UNC Charlotte is going to win by 10, you can do a teaser or alternate spread, give or take whatever points you want. So now, since we're just on the show, we're talking about 7. We do those a lot. So now UNC Charlotte is favored by 3 points instead of 7. Now, you think that Johnson C. Smith is going to lose the game, but you're not sure, but you know for a fact they're not going to lose by 17 points. So now that 10-point teaser, now that 10-point spread now becomes 17. So that's how you work a teaser. You can do that on FanDuel. You just have to go to each game, hit more stats, or when you add every single game that you want to bet, it's a button at the bottom that says teaser or round robin, and then you can go from there. So got that out the way. The first game that we're going to go over that me and Josh think we found the gym is Oregon State versus Oregon. So right now, that spread, I think the spread is at 16.5. I'm the biggest fan of Oregon. Me and Josh both are. We love Oregon, but
Bro, we don't have no problem with Oregon. I ain't got no problem with
it. Doesn't look right. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look right now.
Don't look right now, man.
It doesn't look right. They're giving up a lot of rushing yards. They're giving up a lot of passing yards. They're scoring mediocrely. Like, I think they scored 30 something last week, and then they scored 20 the week before. So it's not looking like the Oregon that we are accustomed to.
It's not even the one from last year. They would get stops last year. He was going for it on 4th down, like running fake punts. Like they were. This looked like a totally different team. So for them to win this game, I'd be back on. If they cover in this game, I'd be back on the Oregon bandwagon. But I don't think they do, and that's why our money is where it is.
Yeah. So Oregon State ran the ball 51 times last week. They ran the ball 58 times the week before. So just by me doing some research, they lost a lot of their staff, but everything stayed the same. They're going to run the football. I believe the home team has either covered in every single game or either won outright. Oregon State is at home. This is usually like a November game. This is week 3. They're fresh because I think as the weeks go on, because Oregon State got decimated by the transfer portal, their depth is going to start showing. But it's early in the year. Like, most people should be healthy week 3. Oregon coming in there as a 16-point favorite. There's just no way. I don't see it. Me and Josh looked at this. Most of these games have been close, even with the better Oregon teams and the better Oregon State teams. So, we're taking Oregon State with the points for the regular parlay, for the regular spread. With the teaser, Josh, is plus 24.
It's a no-brainer.
No brainer.
Plus 24 with the teaser. That's insane. With the teaser, what's the points at?
Over under. The over is 44 and the under is 58.
Well, it's definitely going under 58 because they're coming there to run the football. They're going to run the ball 55 times. Y'all can quote me. They're going to clip this up, bro. They're going to run the ball 55 times in this game.
Yeah, it's going to be close to 50 sometimes because they have to. They have two running backs that they rotate that are getting at least 15 carries based on what
Griffin.
Yeah. And the quarterback played for Idaho State, the team that Oregon just struggled with week 1. They literally just struggled with them week 1.
They just struggled with them week 1. Like, come on, this is real. This is real. I mean, bro, the last 3 years, the home team has won this game. Like, this is a rivalry game, and it's not on the schedule for the foreseeable future. This is a big game, and you don't think that Oregon State at home is not going to be jacked up and ready to play in this game? You're insane.
Bro,
the teaser is money.
No, if Oregon goes out there and beats them by 24 points, kudos to them. Maybe they're back on track. And over the summer, Josh, we said Oregon State probably will stink because they lost a lot of their staff, their head coach. But from what I see, the Jordan Childs guy, I mean, as him as a starter, he's not swaying any he's not wowing anybody. I don't think they lost much. I think the guy that they got started might be better than him.
I forget that as people that live on the East Coast, we forget there's not a lot of good football programs on the West Coast. So as a West Coast kid, where are you going to go? I'd probably go to Oregon State before I go to San Diego State. I'd probably go to Oregon State before I go to Santa Clara or any of these other schools. So if I'm going to go to a school like that, I'm just going to go to Oregon State. And so, you know what I'm saying? It makes sense to me.
Well, this is what this show is for, is walk us through, Josh, on how Oregon is going to win this game by more than 24 points.
Well, it starts off with the trenches. They just come out, get sacks. They come out, score on every. And we're not talking about field goals. We're talking about getting in the box, touchdowns. Early in this game. If you go at the halftime and they're up 21-3, Oregon is back on top.
So do you mean by long play drives or explosive plays?
Explosive plays. Oregon is an explosive play operation. They can score. They're supposed to be able to score from the 20. It doesn't matter. With the kid they got from Texas A&M, Stewart, with all the speed that he's recruiting, they get the cream of the crop on the West Coast. Dan Lennon pick from the litter. Lincoln Riley get leftovers. Bro, this is what did Phil Knight say? They have unlimited NIL. If they go out there and show us that they can beat them by 25, I'd love to see it.
Yeah,
that just means that because this is the issue. I need Oregon to lose this game because in a couple of weeks we know who's coming in. So you're gonna keep playing like this and squeaking wins away.
And Ohio State coming in,
or Ohio State gonna come in there and kick you in the mouth. So you need to get that loss now, so we can be prepared. Or you just gonna keep treading water and.
So I mean, the only way I see Oregon, based off what I've seen the last 2 weeks, is explosive plays and high energy Oregon, where 7-0 in 3 plays. If we watch this game and they score in 3 to 5 plays, and then Oregon State goes out there and even if they get a first down and they have to punt, it's going to be a long day for Oregon. You could almost kiss that teaser goodbye. Their Oregon is probably going to cover that 24 just because they're rolling on all cylinders. Now, if Oregon goes out there and takes a long drive and they do get 7, I'll be like, okay, as long as Oregon State can keep doing that, they're not going to beat them by 24. But they just struggled with Boise that runs the football, and that's what Oregon State is coming in to do is run the football. They're not throwing the football. They're going to run the football.
First game is going to be loud, bro. They're going to be excited. This is a rivalry game. So early in the year, you don't see games like this early in the year, bro.
And just to let you know, just with this betting shit. Sometimes Oregon will be terrible at home, and then the game that you're like, you know what, no way. They go on Oregon State and beat the draws off them. So I mean, they have the capability of doing that. They really do. So they have the capability of beating the draws off Oregon State. But right at this point, the way they are playing, I don't see it. I don't see it. My money doesn't see it. I'm not making an irrational decision. And you know me, get Oregon at 10 points. I would love to take that. But taking Oregon State at 24, you got to be a rivalry team at home by 24 points, and you haven't been playing well. I mean, I even like the regular spread. I would like to take it up to like 17. That's 1.17 and a half. But I mean, that's 2 TDs and a. I live with that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you're betting, some of these, betting is not guaranteed. There's no such thing as a lock. You just have to put your best dollar forward. So I think that's one of our better dollars. And like I said, we're gonna get this rectified from what we put out last week. Last week was horrible. We already addressed it. We're moving forward, and we're rectified. Yes, sir. We mean business this week, so we're going to take Oregon for our first official pick. Oregon plus 24. So if you go to your FanDuel apps, you got to go into alternate lines and do Oregon State plus 24. So I think on FanDuel that would be like 23 and a half. If you're feeling even more safe, do 24 and a half. That's even better. That means they have to beat them by 3 TDs, a field goal, and another field goal. So we feel good with that. Moving along, Notre Dame and Pitt and Purdue.
We've been rocking with this one all week.
Oh, listen,
had to get in the lab on this,
and it even dropped down. So, Chad, this is what we're gonna say. This is what I say to everybody that bets. If you were to watch Notre Dame practice and Purdue practice, would you be able to tell a distinguishable difference between the helmets if you took off the logos? You'd be like, that's definitely Notre Dame and that's definitely Purdue. Would you be able right now to tell that? And the answer is probably no. I don't think so. I really don't. Now, Notre Dame's a good team. Purdue's in the Big Ten. They're not just like the ass crap of the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
With the teaser, it's 16 and a half. With the teaser, it's Notre Dame to win by 3. So Notre Dame doesn't score enough to beat somebody by 17 points.
They don't. Josh? That's not. It would literally be 17. Like we be flirting with a 16. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be knee deep picking them at that point. That's a struggle, bro. We like to watch, drink our beer, or whatever you so choose to do, and I like to be comfortable. Me watching this Notre Dame team have to beat somebody by 17,
bro.
I'd have to turn that shit off.
First of all, I'm on my couch watching the games. All my tickets are hitting. First, we told you Texas is going to beat the shit out of Michigan. So I'm down.
Started the day hot.
Started the day hot. I am red hot. Everything we said. Quentin Ewers going to go over. We said we're going to take that shit up to 20. They win by 19. We said that Texas was going to beat the draws over Michigan from top to bottom. So I'm comfortable. And then the 3:00 game has come on. And I'm looking at Notre Dame 7-0 box. I'm like, okay, we are lit. Then I look at my ESPN. I look at my ESPN app. It's 7-7. I'm like, all right, it's okay. It's okay. They're gonna bear down. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna stress myself out. I'm gonna lay down, take a nap. I know when I fucking wake up, Notre Dame better be up. Hey, I laid down and closed my eyes for like 13 and a half minutes. I looked up. Well, Notre Dame is losing. I said, come on, dog.
13-10.
I called Josh. Josh is not even watching the game at this point. I'm like, Josh, bro, Notre Dame is losing for fucking Northern Illinois.
And I'm stressing about Penn State.
and,
And he don't
Notre
even know the
Dame.
Penn State score. I'm like, well, this is what Penn State is doing. And so
Bro.
now we like, bro, there we go right there. The day's cooked.
Yeah, today's cooked. At this point, we're like, you know what? No, just go out there and win the game. Northern Illinois and fucking Bowling Green. Just win the game. I'm rooting for you now. My money's gone.
We cheering for them. But
Yeah,
I
we're
like
cheering
Notre
for
Dame,
'em.
bro. They can't lose this game. The -3, I can live with that. If that's what you want to rock out with, I can live with I can live with a -3. But
Me
that
too.
normal line,
10.5.
That teaser line, I can't even do the 10.5.
You're not 10. You're not.
There's nobody in the country. I want to know who the better is that's comfortable. You have to be a Notre Dame fan. Then you put to be betting on them to win this game by 10.5, bro.
So
on the road, you got to be a fan. You're being a fan.
And Purdue has 2 weeks to prepare. 2 weeks. They didn't play last week.
Off a bye week.
So I expect them to be coming motivated.
With Northern Illinois film. And, I mean, bro, this is football. I don't know if maybe not a lot of people, y'all are bettors and y'all don't really watch football. Bro, there's only so many adjustments you can make. You know what I'm saying? Especially in a week.
Josh, I was listening to somebody, or it was in the NFL, or I was listening to former players play. They was like, this myth about halftime adjustments, he said there's no such thing. Like, we go into the locker room, we go over our plays, and that there's no like halftime adjustment that people just put big emphasis on. There's no such thing. And I seen that with Notre Dame. There was no fucking halftime adjustment. I've seen that with Colorado. They didn't go into halftime and make an adjustment like they did the same shit they did in the first half.
Bro, you have a game plan that you repped all week. If that shit don't work,
you're cooked.
And it's Jimmy's and Joe's after that too. Because then you got Travis Hunter, but you're down 28-0, fool. It's over. Like, you're not coming back.
And also, John, if your first 10 plays don't work, more than likely the rest of your script is fucked. Like, you're just at this point you're coaching off of situations. If your first 10 plays don't work in a game, guys, when you're watching a football game, I can almost assure you every single offensive coordinator, head coach, they have the first 10 plays. The first 4 minutes of the game, if it goes like it's supposed to, that means they're going to keep going with their script. If it doesn't, they're just drawing plays in the dark. They're remixing plays, or they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to figure it out, because if your first 12 plays don't work that you've been practicing all week, you're done. And you can see it if you watch the game within the game. When teams go 3 and out, and then they come back and go 3 and out again, you can almost be assured that their first 12 plays are scrapped.
That D coordinator has figured it out, and it's over.
He figured it out. So Purdue, I think they can hold it. I think they can hold on. Also, when you're taking points, you're almost looking at the game in 3 quarters. It's rare that someone just explodes in the 4th quarter. So you're looking at 3 quarters. Can they not get blown out in the first, and can they not get blown out in the third? If the underdog can hold on in the first and the third, which are very important quarters, more than likely your ticket will cover, unless some type of backdoor nonsense happens or whatever, especially if it's a close game. But if the team that's favored by double-digit points is not putting belt to ass, I'm talking from the first 5 minutes of the game, it's going to be a long game. I seen it this week when Notre Dame went down there and scored, and then Northern Illinois went down there and scored. I said, well, there it is, because they especially if they don't have no high-power offense. Now, if you're like Ole Miss and someone ties it up, that's a little bit different, because they can score.
There's a couple schools, yeah. Texas,
they can score.
It doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, Miami as of right now, we haven't been put in that situation, but box. Like, we're going to score right now.
In Notre Dame, they beat Texas A&M. They beat Texas A&M on the road. Did we overvalue Texas A&M? Is Texas A&M really that good?
We're going to find out this week.
We're definitely going to find out this week. So So it's like, okay, we thought you beat a good Texas A&M team, but you
You
really
thought you
beat a mediocre team, and you went out and know the Illinois or your home opener, and you lost to Northern Illinois, which is now ranked, I think, the 23rd team in the country, which I don't think they're the 23rd best team in the
We
country.
just did this with Georgia Tech.
If you just did this with Georgia Tech. So
I love those 20 to 25 teams. They're easy to pick off, bro.
Easy because the AP poll just rates them based off what they did last week or the week before, 2 weeks. It's not a body of work. Like 15 to like 10 and 5, that's a body of work, right? They might have played a close game and lost, but they still got a body of work. Transition into that, speaking of Texas A&M, this is another one we're going to go to, Texas A&M and Florida. We absolutely love Florida this week. One, because Texas A&M, I believe, has not won a road game, a true road game. Let's see.
Oh man, hold on, shit. I'm getting some reports. Matter of fact, keep talking. We'll come back on this.
So Texas A&M is 1-13 in their last, I believe, 14 road games. Let me read this off to you. True road games. I'm just going. This one, you don't have to count it. They lost 30-23 versus Oklahoma State in a bowl game in 2023. They lost 30-42 to LSU at LSU 2023. They lost 38-5 at Ole Miss 2023. They lost 13-28 to Tennessee 2003. They won in Dallas, which was a neutral site game. If you want to call it a road game, this is their only win. 34-22 versus Arkansas. Okay. Then they played Miami 2023. This is all 2023.
I can show you pictures from this belt to ass. I was there.
33-48 at Miami. They lost 10-13 to Auburn in 2022. They lost 24-42 to Mississippi State in 2022. They lost 20-24 in Alabama 2002. They lost 20-30 to the Gamecocks in 2022. They lost 24-27 in 2001 to LSU. They lost 29-19 to Ole Miss in 2021. They have not won a legitimate road game since 2021. So that's about 2 years of road games. I didn't say they don't play them close. Some games they play close. And Florida is on the chopping block. They cannot lose by more than 10 points at home. They do.
Two things. I just found out that Florida hasn't beat a Power 5 team in 300 days. So we didn't. I just found this out. But Florida's best wide receiver might be out. So the line.
Eugene Wilson.
Wilson, and if Eugene Wilson is out, that's scary for them because the running back already had a knee situation. So that now, but if kind of with Texas A&M, Connor Wagner, that's an even playing field. They're both questionable, doubtful.
Yeah.
To me, that's okay. That's even. You're starting quarterback and your best, but I mean, it's Florida, bro. You got to have players behind him. There's no excuse for Billy to not have another wide receiver at the University of Florida.
Yes.
Ready to play this week. I don't want to hear.
Don't
Go
want to
ahead
hear.
and tell them the line, shit.
So the line is moved down. It was 4.5, and I was looking at it plus 4.5 for Florida. The line's 3.5 now. With the teaser, you can get Florida plus 10. And I mean, Jesus Christ, Florida.
There's no way they go down there and get boat race, bro. There's no way they get boat race.
Texas A&M hasn't won a road game since 2023. They are a subpar team that we always drink the rat poison, as Saban says, or because they recruit at a high level. Mm-hmm. They recruit at a high level, but they have never put it together. But it's because they have all this NIL money and they have one or two stars that act like stars like every other game. So we never together. So in some games they play better teams really, really tough. but that's not the average for them. They are an average team, and they're a middle of the pack SEC team. I can almost run you off. I can almost run you off 5 legitimate teams better than Texas A&M. So we got Ole Miss, LSU, Alabama, Missouri, Georgia, Texas. So those
Tennessee.
are out the way. Tennessee, that's 6.
Oklahoma.
Right, Oklahoma. And then now we start getting to like right where they're at. Texas
Right
A&M.
where they're at.
Right where they're at. So Texas A&M, me personally, I've already bet it. I've took Florida money line. I've took Florida 4.5. I have a good feeling about this with Florida. If they just play, just play football. They don't have to do anything special. This game's going to be close. They don't have to do anything special. This game will be close.
It's going to be
right
a one-possession game in the fourth quarter. I feel like this game 24-17, 17-21. Nobody's scoring more than 25 points in this game.
Yeah, this is
both
a
teams
tight
under
game.
25. This should be a tight football game. Points at premium, good defense played. Because they both have good defenses.
Yeah, and Florida got their ass beat by Miami. But let's keep it real. Is Miami a bad football team? No. Are they a top 10 team? Yes. Are they potentially a top 5 team? Yes. Yeah. So Florida got Miami did exactly what they were supposed to do to Florida. The only reason this game was hyped up is because it was week 1, and it was week 1. There was nothing else to talk about all summer. If this had been a week 5 game, and
the spread would have been -20. Like it should have been. -15.5.
If it was any other games playing on, this wouldn't be talked about. So I'm not going to hold that against Florida after what I've seen. Miami is what I thought they were, and they went out there and showed it. So I'm not going to hold this against Florida. Now, do I still think Florida's a 5-win team? Absolutely. I don't think just because of their schedule. And
that's the only reason why. That's the only reason why.
You know, Billy has he has some questionable personnel decisions that I disagree with, and shit like that. And I do think he still is on the hot seat.
Yes, he needs to play Lagway. Lagway has to play. My money is on the fact that I think Lagway is going to play in this game and be the best player on the team.
Yeah, and more than 10 snaps and 15 snaps. So this is solely one of the reasons why that we're taking Florida, because it's in the swamp. Texas A&M is not a good road team. Mike Elko, the head coach, this is his first year, so he gets grace to lose. He's not an SEC coach. Billy Napier is coaching for his life. He's holding on to Lagway because it's one of those things. If they fire him, they're firing Lagway. I believe Lagway will probably follow Billy wherever he goes because Billy did recruit Lagway. So this is a Billy Napier Lagway game. With the official teaser, we're going to add Florida +10. So if you go into your FanDuel app, you can do alternate spread. If you can get it 11, 12, 13.5, I mean, you don't have to go up to 14. If you do a 7-point teaser, obviously it's going to be 10. But 14, I think that's too much. If I'm here to tell you this, I'm okay with Billy losing. If he loses by 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
he's fired.
Out of there.
He's fired. He might be fired next week, bro. Like it's that hot down there.
So that's why I'm comfortable taking. He might lose by 5, 6, or 7, and I took him +4 on my regular teaser. I mean, my regular parlay. That's fine. I'll live with that. But if he loses by more than that, oh, buddy, you're cooked. Just go ahead.
+9.5 is -265. That's great value to me, especially in the teaser, bro. That's great value. You just stack it up.
We're getting them at +10 with the teaser.
You can't beat that.
Bro, there's no way they go out there. There's no way they go out there.
I don't see it.
I don't see it. So we're
their
going to say
defense is really good too. I'm going to say Miami just caught them in a situation where the quarterback is a lot better, bro. Yeah, bro. You can't hold that against him
And
because some of the plays that were made, he was running the ball like he was doing. It was out of the pocket. That TD, he roll out, hold the ball for 5 seconds, throw a TD in the back of the end zone. Like, bro, sometimes it's just the Jimmies and Joes. They played against the wrong team at the wrong time. So I'm with the Florida money line and the +10. I don't think Texas A&M beat them at all.
Okay, so we've got Purdue +16.5. We got Oregon State +24. And we got Florida +10. So
Beautiful, man.
Beautiful. We're cooking with grease. We're going to move on to Colorado versus Colorado State. We're going to add Jalen to the stage because he said he's got a lot to talk about with Colorado.
Oh my God! As soon as we got to Colorado, Jalen pulled up.
Yes,
bro,
with a couple.
Hey, but Jalen said that product, bro. I ain't talked to you in a minute,
man.
Colorado, boy, Colorado.
Put your money on Colorado State. Well, they got Colorado favorite. They got Colorado favorite by 7. That's just regular
7.5.
Right? 7.5.
7.5.
So if we go with the teaser, it's money line. What, 7.5?
No, if you go with the teaser. No, if you go with the teaser, it's Colorado State +14.5.
14.
I take it.
I mean,
so
it's easy
Colorado
money.
+14.
I think Colorado State is a better football team this year, and I think Colorado is a worse football team than they were last year.
Hey, bro, I'm just telling you this right now. They lose this game.
They can't. I mean, I played over scenarios like the future of Deion and that program if they lose this game too bad. And the only thing I see is Shiloh, medical red shirt, Fedor. If he continues to play the way he's playing, I still think he's one of the better quarterbacks coming out. But on film, you can't tell me if the season stops right now.
Bro, we just had this conversation, Jalen.
Season stopped right now, and we had a draft tomorrow. We got Jackson Dart, we got Cam Ward, we got Quinn Ewers, you got the buddy in Ohio State. Like, you got so many more quarterbacks out there that are going to go before Shedeur. This based off film, but luckily it's not all about film. Sometimes it's some diamonds on some bad teams, and it's just how it will be sometimes.
I was talking to Josh about this. I was just like, guys, and I'm gonna be very choice with my words on air because this is recorded, can be clipped, can be talked about in a negative way, or somebody can see this and say that we were saying something crazy. Now, Deion, personally, I just think it's a shit show going on over there. Most programs are not ran like that. You know, I love Deion as possibly a recruiter, Deion Primetime. I love what he stands for. Great father for the culture, great father, great motivator. But far as a head coach, I think he's doing a terrible job. That is not how you run a program over there. Like, what are we doing? Like, all this nonsense with the social media is cool. You notice you don't see this on any other school. Like, they don't have these dumbass problems. You know what I mean? And most mainstream media can't say what we're saying. Like, they're thinking it. Like, come on, man. At some point, just shut the fuck up and let's get the X's and O's. Like with the YouTube socials on the back of the jersey. Where do they do that at? Put your name on the back of the jersey. I need to see who you are. I don't care about your YouTube channel or your.
All of that is okay if you're cashing.
If you're winning,
cashing the check. If you're cashing that check, it is okay. All that stuff comes after you make the playoffs. You defeat Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. You go do all of these things, and then YouTube won't pop. Recruits coming in. No. It's like it comes.
I'm not even. So you telling me it's okay? Let's go. Who do you think is a mediocre program that's like right there? Not mediocre, but like right on the edge that could be a national contender, a conference contender, a team like Tennessee.
The team that they played last week was terrible the year before, were they not?
Yeah.
Matt Rule took over the same time Deion took over.
Bro, we talked about this, bro.
So what are we talking about, man? What's going on?
So that's what I'm saying. So you telling me at Georgia they're putting their social media handle on the back of their practice jersey?
I mean, Georgia, like when you look at the Georgia, the Tennessees, the Alabamas, the Ohio States, like it's a lot of tradition there, and some stuff isn't going to fly.
But that's a loser.
I get it. The social media handle it's a little much, but you don't get to do that without cashing the check. If you're going to cross that line, you get what I'm saying. You have to win some football games. Like if Nick Saban 2 years after he won a national championship decided to let the players put their socials on their back, he would never do. But if he did, who would have said anything?
You're right, but at the same time,
no one would have said nothing.
What does Josh say? It got to look a certain way, man.
It does. It has to look a certain way. But as long as that play on that field is checking out,
it don't look right, bro.
They don't because they're losing. It's because they're losing. Now we turn those 2 wins into dominant wins. These last 2 games with Colorado, we're having a different conversation. We're not even talking about socials on the back of the t-shirt. Let's just keep it. If they're winning, we're not talking about it. But it's because they've been losing and they've been bad. It's not like we just took these last 2 games and started judging Colorado. They sucked last year.
But they haven't caught me by surprise or looked like they were like out-coaching somebody since the TCU game. But since that game,
bad
they've
coaching.
Literally done nothing.
Bad clock management. That's terrible coaching.
They've literally done nothing to like show me like, oh yeah, they've improved from that game, bro. It's insane to me. I was thinking about it the other day. I haven't seen anything that looked as good. Like I went back and looked at the highlights the other day. I was like, bro, let me go look. Bro, it looked like a totally different team.
Man, if the biggest issue that they have, they're not going to fix their defense. The biggest issue that they have right now that they could fix is they could stop abandoning the run so fast. You can't go get a running back from Florida State or Alabama, Ohio State. Who's the best running back today? The boy from Boise State, right? You can't go get him, put him on Colorado, give him 2 carries, right? And then because he doesn't get 20 yards and a touchdown off of 2 carries, you abandon the run.
That's why Edwards transferred.
Look at the carries he had against who the Boise State played first week. Georgia Southern. Look how many carries he had against Georgia Southern. Look how many carries he had against Oregon. Like if you want to run the ball, you have to be deliberate in trying to run the ball. The offensive line doesn't believe in Shedeur, and he know that they don't believe in him. He doesn't believe in them. It's like you have to be willing to play for your team.
So
they have a lot of issues, and it's X's and O's, but it's the YouTube University over there.
It's a bunch of hooligans over there, goddamn, running around. Just
play. Strength coaching out there fighting. The coaches out there fighting each other, man.
I'm gonna just tell you this right now. If that was Mario, it's not how we run our program over here.
Nobody
I invest money in my program. I'd be damned if I put money into something I don't like.
Yep.
Exactly. So Colorado State plus 14. So one could say Colorado. So one could say Colorado is worse than last year. If you had to put your $5 on it, would you say they're worse than last year or better?
They're worse. Less offensive weapons. Horn and Travers are there, but they don't have Dylan. I haven't heard from Weaver. Is he still on the team?
Bro,
I'm saying like I don't like
Shepard,
what's going on. Where's the tight end? Where's that tight end that saved their asses like 2 or 3 games?
I will say
because he saw the right on the wall. Dylan saw the right on the wall.
I will say, being subjective, I do think their defense is not better, but they get more stops than last year. Yeah, but last year they couldn't get a goddamn.
It don't matter because they get penalties. It don't matter because they get penalties.
But listen, but you're right. You're right. Nebraska beats Colorado 50-7 with that defense last year.
Oh my!
Nebraska beats Colorado. And the fact that it was 28 for a long time. Like they held it for a long time after that. They just couldn't score.
And I think the offense is worse this year than it was last year. So with that being said, are y'all comfortable? It don't have to be an official pick, but giving that out is Colorado State plus 14 and Colorado plus 7 with the points. Are you comfortable with both of those?
I don't think Colorado's going to win. So give me Colorado State with the points. You can even take Colorado State money line. I think Colorado State wins.
Oh no, I'm not going to go that far. I can't.
They can't lose this game.
Look at what have you seen? Like you're a film guy. Bro. You're a film guy. You watch football. What have you seen that Colorado is doing?
Nothing. I'm just
stop what Colorado State's doing.
Nothing, but I'm just going off the strip day, bro. They cannot. This is a regression to the mean if we lose this game.
He already ain't recruiting, so it ain't affected much.
This is the worst case. If they lose this game, nobody needs to talk about Colorado anymore. They could throw money out.
They need to. It's a must win for Deion. But I'm letting you know right now, them boys in Colorado State is coming to put belt to ass,
bro.
They don't care who Deion should do it. They talking. We should have beat. They said they should have whooped them last year. That's what they said.
But I seen that video. I seen it. Apparently they cross paths at the media day, but they in different conferences. I don't understand how that happened. But either way, Shedeur was doing all this at the media day. So.
And he sparked it up there. He sparked it up there, bro. You don't go around talking trash when you know your offensive line can't protect you.
Well, for me personally, I'm not taking Colorado State to win the game. I'm taking Colorado to cover. I'm taking Colorado with the teaser. But I would not be only reason we even talk about this game because just people just Deion. People like to talk about. I'm not putting my hard-earned dollar on Deion. So not this year. He gonna have to show me. So we won't make that we won't make that official. As of right now, we won't make that an official pick. But
Jalen can come have a parade.
Jalen. Listen, we can clip this up.
You can post this right
now. You can clip it up. You can tag.
He said it. Listen,
Deion know what he putting on that goddamn field, bro. He's a football guy. He's a Hall of Famer. He knows the product that is going on that field.
But some of that's his fault too.
I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, that pick in the end zone was disgusting.
Okay, so we'll move on.
Seniors don't throw that pick.
We'll go LSU, South Carolina. Another one. Me and Josh.
Hey, what Drewski say?
So LSU, South Carolina.
My mom tried to get me to flip my pick on this shit.
No, sir. Bro, the only reason we're even talking about South Carolina is because there's no College Game Day and Josh Payton have nowhere else to go. South Carolina stinks. This.
Give me South Carolina money line.
You crazy as hell. Y'all listen to him if you want to. You crazy as hell. They are not beating LSU.
No, they're not beating.
Where we get it with the teaser?
They're not beating LSU.
LSU will be money line with the teaser.
Why is that so close?
I don't. This is one of
because they lost to USC week 1.
USC is a better team that South Carolina's seen all year.
Listen, I usually don't do this. This is what they do.
That bad.
All this up to 20. Take that shit up to 14. I don't care. At least take it up to 14. Okay.
At the minimum.
Take it up at the minimum. 6.5, 7.5, 8.5. We're gonna beat the snot out of South Carolina.
That quarterback's gonna have a field day.
I wouldn't be surprised if the same score that they just beat Kentucky will be comparable with what happens in this one.
That the Kentucky game don't count. Kentucky can't score. Kentucky's bad.
Kentucky can't score.
Hold on, chat. Let me read you this. Hold on. This is bad.
Oh I know exactly what he's about to read.
This is bad football here. There's no way in the world
we read it all.
There's no way that you're winning a football game with this type of nonsense that you got going on. Let's go let's go to the play-by-play. Let's
I
start
love
with the
this.
first half.
Read it off, shit.
First half with Kentucky punt.
I love this.
South Carolina fumble. Kentucky punt. South Carolina touchdown. 7-0. UK punt. South Carolina punt. UK punt. South Carolina punt. Kentucky turnover on downs. South Carolina field goal 10-0. Kentucky field goal. South Carolina threw a pick. Kentucky field goal. End of half. -1 yards. Start out the second half. South Carolina punt. Kentucky punt. Touchdown. South Carolina. Kentucky punt. South Carolina touchdown. Kentucky interception. Pick 6. Kentucky interception. South Carolina punt. Kentucky turnover on downs. Game over.
Bro, that game was so bad. And the South Carolina won that game because Kentucky was that bad. If they didn't beat, it's not like they went out there and beat Kentucky. Kentucky was that terrible.
Brock Vandagriff is bad, bro. The transfer from Georgia, he's not a good
Georgia. He come from Georgia or Vanderbilt?
Georgia.
He
knew he wasn't getting a job there.
Kentucky did not score an offensive touchdown this game.
He'd been better off sitting behind Carson Beck and just waiting his turn.
Listen to
they got Rashada.
Kentucky did not score an offensive touchdown. That ain't gonna cut it versus LSU. They didn't score a single touchdown. 2 field goals. And they got pick 6. They got picks.
And to go into coaching, this is a must-win game for Brian Kelly. He cannot lose this game.
Yeah, because LSU get rid of your ass quick.
And he can't win by 3. And he can't win by 3 either. He needs to win this game by 10 points or better. Good night, Brian.
But what's so surprising is South Carolina has no way to get their weapon of the football. Nico Harbor, go look at his
he don't have a catch.
Go look at the steps.
We talked about it. He don't have a catch.
What is going on?
Their leading receiver has 5
drop
catches.
Back and throw it to him. Damn.
LSU got 3 guys with at least 10 catches already. It's week 3.
What we doing? He gone. Holla.
First of all,
should have came to Miami anyway.
First of all, this ain't the LSU. This South Carolina. This ain't no get right game. This ain't no. You don't bring in LSU for a get. Let's be realistic. Are we even talking about this game if Collins Daniels not coming?
Man, are you adding the teaser to it? You adding the teaser to it?
Yeah, let's move on.
Let's move on.
So we're doing LSU money line. We're not touching. You could take South Carolina plus 13 all you fucking like. That'd be diabolical.
Hey, you gave him your history guy. This is recent history. You gave him the stats.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm gonna read it out before we go on. This is
one more again so you get your money right.
That shit is terrible.
Let me go.
I don't even
go ahead. Let me go ahead and read this off for you.
It's a 12 p.m. game. It's a 12 p.m. game. Ain't nobody watching this game, man.
So LSU versus South Carolina, the last, say, 9 games.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 2020, 52-24, 45-24, 23-21, 24-17, 28-16, 33-7, 38-14. Ask me, did South Carolina win any of those games? No. History guy. Move it along. Okay.
Put your money if you're over there if you want to.
If you want to. Next up, we got Alabama versus Wisconsin. The spread is 16.5. With the teaser, you could get Alabama to win by 10. Now, Alabama played like dog shit versus UCF. So I'm going to walk y'all through with this. So they played like dog shit versus UCF. Both of their starting tackles were out, and it showed. I've never seen an offense or a schematic team be so faltered by 2 tackles not being in the game.
There. Yeah.
And 3, this was we went on the show and said they're going to beat the draws off them. I didn't realize this was a bad matchup for Alabama, just the way that the head coach coaches their scheme. They blitz and play man coverage.
They played man coverage against a quarterback they can't read man coverage.
Yeah, I mean they blitzed him every single play they played. Man, they got 4 guys, so they had the speed to keep up. And one can say in the first half, USF, I watched it. They should have been up at least 28-14. Their quarterback stinks. He overthrew 2 or 3 touchdown passes.
He left 2 touchdowns on the field for sure.
For sure. Maybe. 2. Mm-hmm. No, 2. 2.
Yeah.
So I think we're getting great value here with Alabama because they play USF so tough, and then they just took over. And they rattled off 28 points when they put their starting tackle in the game in the fourth quarter. He was injured on sideline. He didn't play the whole game. They put him in the fourth quarter. They rattled off 4 touchdowns. So the spread is a little bit where it's – I don't think it's where it's supposed to be, but it's a little bit higher because they did take off. But, Josh, I'll lead this into you. They've got who as a quarterback? Wisconsin?
TVD. He's good for at least a pick, bro.
At least a pick.
He is a bottom 5 QBR in college football.
I say nasty. 1970s. He's nasty. Nasty.
Bro, longest pass. Bro, it is what it is.
These coaches be too loyal for their own good. How these dudes be getting jobs, man?
Bro,
I guess the guy behind him is
quarterbacks out here. It's just like the NFL. How many good quarterbacks are out here?
You better run the football. No, you're not getting that with me, Josh. In college, NFL, maybe. In college, there's 5 stars sitting on the bench. If you want a quarterback, you can go get one.
Wisconsin, yeah, you can. But throw the bag at him.
That's what I'm saying. Like if that's what you're missing, you can go get one.
They threw the bag at a TVD.
They be too worried about scheme fits and trying to get a quarterback to fit the scheme instead of going to get a guy and fit your scheme around him.
They need a quarterback. They need Alex Orgeron. They need a guy that can run the ball. They are a running football team. Run the fucking ball, right? Run the ball. Stop trying to get.
They haven't been good since they had a running quarterback.
Go.
Run the ball, bro. That was the last time Wisconsin.
Don't let the landscape change who you are. If you run the football, if you get behind them cornfed boys from the Midwest, run the football. I don't care if you got the line up in I formation in the middle of the field.
You tell me those 6'5" cornfed boys in Wisconsin? Bet.
We're running the goddamn stretch, and you can't stop.
What you saying that? Do you believe that they can do that against Alabama to make this game close?
No.
They're going to have to take a lot of time. Like, if they want to beat Alabama, they got to dominate possession of the football.
Hey, do you think they can do that?
Not with the quarterback they have. No.
Alabama, he can't read zone defense.
He can't read zone defense, bro. And I don't think their front 5 gets enough push for them to just dominate on the ground and just like 3 yards. Now you got, you can deal with a 4th and 1.
Yeah.
4th and inches.
So
you can deal with those are manageable downs.
It's rare that you ever see teams like Alabama at a 9.5 on a teaser unless they're just playing someone that's in their lead, like in Texas or somebody. But to get Alabama at 9.5, like, it's Alabama. Like, I know whether the refs gonna cheat for them or Vegas gonna cheat, bro. They gotta win by 10, bro.
I do think they win. The only hope that they have is yes to control possession, but if they can confuse Jalen enough and get pressure.
I don't even know who Wisconsin has on their defense.
I don't know. I haven't seen them play, and if they can get pressure on their defense.
Okay, I got one for you. I was looking up.
I don't think Jalen Milroe does well under pressure. We saw that last week. He was under pressure a lot.
Yeah, but it's fucking. Oh, here we go. Okay.
So is Wisconsin better? Is South Florida better than Wisconsin? That's what we're asking right now.
No, they're not, because I think if South Florida were to play Wisconsin, they would probably lose by 21 because it's a bad from what the style that Wisconsin plays. They could probably ground and pound them, and then that blitzing shit against Wisconsin is probably not going to work because they're not going to be throwing the ball anyway. You're just going to be blitzing the wrong way, and they're just going to run the opposite way. So that's why I say it's a matchup. So
even if you take Alabama's older years with Trent Richardson and Mark Ingram, when they would play those teams that they're supposed to beat, the game would start slow. By the third quarter, the line has beat up on the defensive line so much.
Yeah.
Now we're popping. We're giving a dive, and it's going 15 yards. Like we're gassing them at that point.
They played Western Michigan. The score was 28-14. They played South Dakota, which is an FCF team. It was 27-13. So do they score 28 points against Alabama?
Fuck no.
No.
So how many
17
points?
Max.
Max.
From Wisconsin. 17.
And they play the style of football that Alabama wants. They want you to line up and play football. They want you to line up and play football.
I think honestly, y'all,
they hate you when you're doing all that triple option and they hate that. They think that's backyard football. Line up, put 7 on the line, get you a man. We finna run this pill. That's what they want you to do. That's right into what Alabama.
That's a great point. Now that you said that, I think this is a bad matchup for Wisconsin. This is bad. This is what they want to do. They want to get dirty and play physical football.
They want to play football. They want to play football. Let's line up and play football. Let's do that.
And the problem is Alabama can do that, and then those guys are bigger, faster, and stronger than the guys that they might be lining up with. And so,
they still got they still got Ryan Williams and shit.
They don't have anybody on defense that can catch Milroe or Ryan Williams. Good night.
So okay, so
we can move on.
Yeah, we can move on. Okay, we're gonna move. We're gonna move on quickly.
By the way, I can't stand Bama.
We're gonna move on to
waiting till them goddamn Bulldogs come to town.
Yeah, we're gonna have a special guest up there. We're gonna have Cam up here.
I'm waiting for them Bulldogs to come to town.
They're gonna beat the draws off of them. Great segue. We're gonna go right into Georgia versus Kentucky. With the teaser is -17.
No
versus
brainer.
Kentucky.
You can bump that shit up 24.
And this is in Georgia too, ain't it?
The spread is 24. The spread is 24.
You can take regular spread if you want to, but if you're gonna add it to the main ticket with the teaser, take it. That's easy money.
That's easy money.
We don't even have to talk about this.
They're gonna do Kentucky because you remember they hyped that shit up last year.
So
Kentucky was undefeated when they got to Georgia.
Listen.
They got their fucking ass kicked.
So I'm gonna do this for the chat just so we got everything covered. I will say, I've looked up all the stats. Georgia, when they go to Kentucky, have only beat Kentucky by an average of 12 points. When they go to Kentucky, they only win by an average of 12.2 points. They had one game where they won by 31. Everything else, 12, 7s.
Are they playing in Lexington? Or is it in Lexington?
Yes, it's in Kentucky.
I don't care.
I don't care either.
Yeah,
but I'm
Kentucky's bad. This is one of those years. Shit.
They had too many people suspended.
Kentucky's bad, man. Kentucky was better last year. They had a better team.
Listen, so at Kentucky in 2022, which is Georgia team was probably better, 16-6. 2020, 14-3. 2018, 34-17. 2016, 27-24. 2014, 63-31. 2012, 29-24. 2010, 44-31. These are at Kentucky. So at the minimum, they're going to win by 13. So if you want to go based off of that, the 17 is pushing it, but I'm not overthinking that. I just watched. Did you hear the last segment we did where I heard punt, turnover on downs, punt. There's no way they might not cross the 50 until like halftime. And I would be A-okay with the last leg of my teaser in the hands of Georgia, because Kirby respects coin. When he's putting belt to ass,
he putting belt to ass.
Okay,
even if they had the drink that they had in Space Jam,
yeah,
they may score 14 points with the drink.
Okay, so we're gonna add Georgia -17 to our ticket. So right now, our first official ticket is Alabama -9.5. LSU money line, Florida +10, Oregon State +24, Purdue +16.5, and then we'll wrap it up with Georgia -15. Actually, It'll be Georgia minus 15. So I'll go ahead and put that up. So moving along, we'll start with some more teams. That's a ticket number one. Moving along, so we've got Ole Miss versus. Matter of fact, scratch that for editing purposes. Ole Miss versus Wake Forest.
Belt the ass.
The spread with the teaser is 15.5.
Another.
You got any stats for this? Because this is very.
I think this is the only way that this doesn't hit is that Wake Forest is scoring with Ole Miss, because they do score a lot of points. But I just,
Ole Miss, Wake Forest is not scoring a football with Jackson Dart and them damn Wearables. Get out of here. Get out of here, bro. No.
I'm just saying they like to score the ball. I think they average 30 every game. So, easy one. We like Ole Miss. Would you rather put Ole Miss on that last ticket, Josh, or Georgia? Ole Miss 15.5 or Georgia 17?
I'll do the Ole Miss. Just with your history that you gave us on Georgia, they'll go win that game by 15 points.
You'd be pissed off. Okay. Tulane.
Can you guys see me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see. You got a little feedback, though.
You got a little feedback.
Let me do this.
Tulane versus Oklahoma. Tulane plus 20.5. Oklahoma is minus 6.5. I just watched them. Now, Josh, I went against my better judgment. I told you last week before this that they were 0 for 13 on third down. And they didn't get a first down until 2 minutes left in the game with their backups. Yeah. And I still bet them the next week. And what would happen? They went out there and beat Houston. I think me, T, and Rory can beat Houston with what they got right now. And Tucker, we can go out there and get us. Here we go. We can go out there and beat Houston. And I watch Oklahoma struggle with Houston.
What we get Houston at?
That's another team that look funny in the light. Them O teams, Oregon and Oklahoma, they like put their light on their ass.
They look like Oklahoma. Oklahoma looking like they want to play defense. They don't want to score like they usually do, which is okay. But you can't get these big ass spreads. You're not beating nobody. The last time they played Tulane, they only won by 5.
Well, they go shit with shit got the facts.
I remember because I lost Super Bread. I lost Stupid Bread.
Was that the ball game or was that USC?
No, sir. This was the week 1 opener in 2021 or whatever it was. Yeah. The game was supposed to be in Tulane. It was a hurricane that came there, so they switched the game to Oklahoma, and I was like, hammer Oklahoma. Little did I know. And this was Spencer Rattler.
Tulane had them dogs over there. Coach was still there. That's the same team that beat USC, right? Was that team? Or the
next year?
The year after, yeah.
40 to 30, either the year after or the year of. So 40 to 35, Oklahoma won, barely. So I'm comfortable with taking Tulane plus. And Tulane just lost to Kansas State, and that was a close game. They have the weapons. I think Tulane is good enough not to lose by 20.5 to anybody. No, right now. Like, I think they can score, they can get stops. Oklahoma's not 20 points better than Tulane. So we'll add that to the card. Next one. This one is
Tulane they're gonna go in there. They're not scared. It's like almost like the Appalachian State. They're not scared to go in Oklahoma and give them everything.
So this is where it's gonna get real funny. Florida State money line or Memphis plus 13.5.
I'll let you go first, Jared.
No, don't try to pass that over there to me. Hey, I ain't got nothing to say.
I am living.
What you want me to say?
I am living with the Florida State
money line. Me too. There's no way. There's just no way. There's no way. We laugh and joke, but we don't play. We don't waste money. We don't make donations.
No donation.
You're right. We don't know what Memphis has, but I do know what Florida State looks bad, man. And if Memphis beats them, I'm not surprised.
If they beat them, I wouldn't be surprised. But there's just no. I'm not gonna hold you. If I went to a Florida State and a Memphis practice and you took the logos off, I could probably have did. I'm like, okay, that's Florida. Now let's not. This is still Florida State. We still got them guys. Their team might suck. DJ, he stinks, but it's probably like 72 other programs that would throw the bag at DJ and have them start for their team. As much as I don't like him, I think he
Oregon State didn't have a problem getting production out of him last year.
Yeah, so he could get it. He played. He started for Dabo for 2 years. So, I'm just going. There is no way Florida State, if they go 0-3, that 66-3 beatdown was crazy. Did you lose to Georgia Tech? Did you lose to and this is your second home opener, bro? Yo, dog. We got a lot to talk about if you lose this game to Memphis. I think this is a great
at home.
What
at home
happened to Florida State? Jimbo Fisher?
What you mean?
What happened? When did the turmoil start? Right before the playoffs. Well, right before the playoffs.
No, it happens when you make your whole team transfer portal guys. I mean that's a risk reward thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm just gonna let Deion and Florida State be the case study.
But the difference is that Florida State also can get high school recruits. Colorado cannot. That's the difference. And Mike Norvell is a better coach than Deion.
I think Deion could get some recruits out there. He could
nobody
get
wants to play.
He could get what he needs, right? Is he going to go down to South? Is he going to go down to South Florida and get the Speedsters and get the Travis Hunter?
Deion, let's call a spade a spade. Deion can't get shit that he wants.
He's not calling because the Cormani stuff.
Listen. We have to be objective, right? Cormani and Travis Hunter are outliers. Most of those guys are not coming out to Colorado to play football.
That's what I'm saying.
He can go to the mid. What does Deion need right now? He needs the offensive line.
No,
those guys are out there. He can go to Wisconsin.
He can't get them.
I'm going to say this right now.
He can't get them.
I'm not going there.
I'm not going there.
Why?
I'm not going there. Because
why are you not going there where you can play immediately? You can go play the best offensive lineman in high school can go to Colorado State right now and start.
We're watching it.
For what?
The season kid. We're watching it.
And watching it, and we're not talking about him doing a good job because the O-line stinks. You got to get more.
But
that's not
he's one piece out of the other four, right?
And he's an outlier, like you said, with Travis and them. Nobody else is they're not going to Colorado to play.
Listen, he's not evaluating and developing talent, bro.
And he's been there for how long? Because he's got
2 years.
His coaches, it's his staff, bro. Because at the end of the day, Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, they do deal with X's and O's. Like I'm talking about, these are the best in the game, right? Yeah. They do deal with X's and O's. But at the end of the day, they go hire guys that can do that shit for them and get you. Nick Saban
Jalen, that's not how it works at Colorado. I'm sorry that I don't know what you've been watching. That's not how it works in Colorado.
Who I'm telling you, as a D lineman, bro, I love Warren Sapp. He's not going to nobody's house and getting no kids, bro.
They got to keep that nigga off TV.
Hey, bro, I don't know who the D coordinator is.
Keep him off TV, bro.
Bro,
but he's so knowledgeable. Like Chip said, like most NFL guys are great position coaches, right?
Yeah.
It takes a next level of knowledge to become your offensive coordinator, your defensive coordinator, your head coach. Those guys are football nerds.
Yeah.
They are nerds. Those guys are the guys that's like, how can I get this scheme to work? What can I do? Like, they're looking at every little way of how they can get their offensive scheme or their defensive scheme to work.
So just getting back,
Deion doesn't have that.
So just getting back to it, we are taking Tulane plus 20.5. We are taking Ole Miss. Got a couple more to get through before we cut the show. Boston College and Missouri. With the teaser, it's -9.
Easy money.
I'm not adding that shit to my ticket because I think that's going to be a better game than people anticipate.
Oh, that's
and plus.
I don't know about that.
I think you could go total points on that game. What are we thinking?
I'm scared they can't score with them.
I think they go over. I think they go over 60, man. I think it goes over.
No,
60.
sir. Fuck.
Your best thing can't be run with your quarterback when you're playing a team like Missouri.
Yeah.
Missouri, the quarterback only threw the ball 9 times, I believe, last week or some shit like that for 109 yards. That's not going to get it done. But I do.
He didn't have to. Well, you got to look what Florida State.
Yeah, I get you.
He didn't have to,
but,
man.
Florida State's terrible.
With the teaser, I like the 9. I like the 23. I do like the regular spread with Boston College. I don't think Missouri is 17 points better than them niggas. I think their defense is good enough.
Ranked? Is Boston College ranked?
Yeah, they're 24th, I believe.
24. Well, guys, I'll just let you know this right now. They're losing this game by 10 points. You go clip this up. They're not going to come any close to winning this football game. They should be ranked.
Yeah, no. Oh, Josh lost connection.
But I think Missouri wins the game, but I do think that Boston College is better than we give them credit. You know what? This is the proving. This is the game to prove it. If they are better than we give them credit, this game will be close. Missouri still wins. It'll be close. Then we know how to approach Boston College.
I think this is the game that we thought VTech and Vanderbilt was going to be. I think we thought VTech was going to put belt to ass to VTech. I think this is the flip flop. I think Missouri is not getting they're not getting Boston College.
No.
I think they're gonna put belt to ass to Boston College. Now I think 23 is a lot. I would take -10. So right now we got LSU money line, Missouri -9, Florida +10, Oregon State +24, Tulane +20.5, Purdue +16.5, Mississippi, Ole Miss by 15.5. Now Georgia -15 and Colorado State +14. So we'll do 2 big spread games just to sprinkle them in there. The first one we'll go over is Miami versus Ball State. Josh, are y'all covering 29.5?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Ball State's terrible.
Yeah,
that game was nasty as they played last week. I think you go out there, you win this game 48-10.
I think you're right just because like Josh said, it has to look a certain way.
Yeah, it gotta look a certain way. Especially when you're playing Ball State.
Plus we play USF next week.
And I do think they're behind trying to get Cam Ward into that Heisman conversation. As good as they've been talking about him, nobody's mentioned Heisman. Nobody's mentioned Heisman. They're trying to get him in.
Okay.
That's only my timeline. You know, I'm in the Miami Twitter too. Yeah.
It's not the national timeline.
It's not the national timeline, bro.
Okay.
It's the Dade County timeline.
You better believe it.
Last big spread of the teaser, I think we had Texas -28.5 versus whatever the hell they're UTEP. UTSA. For some reason, I would not confidently take UTSA with no fucking versus Texas, but I do think Texas boat races them by at least 24. It'll be right at the teaser, like right at it. It'll be right there.
Yeah,
I think it'd be right.
I think Texas beats them by a lot more than that, bro.
They don't ever do that though, bro.
They just like if you go by history, they're not known for just blowing the doors off somebody. Sarkisian has class.
Yes,
If all their running backs is healthy, I take them to cover it.
I mean, but they did put 50. They put 52 on Colorado State. And I don't think that was on purpose. I think they put the third stringers in and they were still scoring touchdowns.
Well, bro, that's what happens at Texas. They recruit so well right now that he's got to play third string, and the third string is full of 5 stars.
All right. So
ready to play with Arch.
They ready.
Bro, they have a hashtag on Twitter when they commit. O-line, protect Arch.
So
that's crazy.
So before we get off, we'll go to the regular spreads. Just yes or no. You don't have to give too much of explanation. Alabama minus 15.5 or Wisconsin plus 15.5. You get a chance to go up or down 3 points. So what would you be comfortable? You get a chance to go Alabama 3 points of 15, 14, 13.5.
I'm a pass on that one because
okay.
I just don't know what Wisconsin has to play.
What you say, Josh?
I'm taking it at 15.5, no brainer.
Yeah.
Okay, 15. Josh says 15.5. Man, I think it's right at it, man. I think it's. I'm comfortable.
That's what I'm thinking too. It's right there.
It's right. I'll pass. So Josh taking 15.5. Me and Jalen are gonna pass. Okay. Memphis plus 6.5, 7.5, 8.5, or Florida State 5.5, 4.5, 3.5, or money line.
I mean, Florida State money line safe, but I don't. If you told me you wanted to go Memphis 6.5,
nah, I'm not taking Memphis 6.5. I'm taking it. Not me. No, because that's a touchdown. That's still a close game.
Yeah,
I'm taking
Florida State
all the way up.
Yeah, you're right. So
you taking Florida State all the way up?
All the way up to a touchdown.
Yeah,
me too.
Florida State.
I think so.
State, yeah.
I think. Yeah, I agree with that.
I do think it'd be a touchdown field goal game, but
yeah, I think I beat Josh. If you feeling froggy, you could go. I like, bro. I think they beat him by a touchdown.
If you're gonna pick the upset, don't put it on your ticket.
I would. Hell no.
If you're gonna pick the upset, like go with the points and then pick Memphis money line and see what that gets you. But I wouldn't. So Josh, if you're gonna add it to the teaser, I wouldn't do that.
No. So Josh, you comfortable with Florida State 5.5, 6.5? What do you prefer?
I'd do 5.5 just to be careful, but that 6.5 is just, I mean, it ain't no difference really.
It's no difference.
For a touchdown.
Once we start getting lower than a touchdown, man, it's like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, so I like that. I like Florida State. Okay, LSU minus 6.5, LSU money line, LSU 5.5, 4.5, 3.5, LSU money line, or South Carolina 7.5, 8.5, 9.5.
LSU all the way to 10.
Yeah, me too. There's nothing. I got my touchdown. Come on. Boston College plus 16, 17, 18, or Missouri 15, 14, 13.
Whoa. How was that Boston College game plus 16, but then South Carolina LSU is?
No, I don't understand that one.
What Vegas doing, man? What is going on?
That's weird. I'll take the Boston College plus 16.
Me too, bro. I said the same thing. Yes. I said the same thing. But for like a straight bet, I said, bro, this is weird. I said, if you're giving them 17, okay, so I'll add that to the straight picks. Florida money line, Florida +3, +4, +5.
They got Texas A&M, right?
Favorite.
I think Florida played a great Miami team.
Me too.
And I don't think Texas A&M can score enough.
Me too.
But I'm not super confident that Florida can score enough to beat them. You know what I'm saying? So
I think that's a touch. I think that's a field goal game.
There's a touchdown field goal game, maybe 2 touchdowns, depending on like late in the
game. Hell no. Billy go out there and lose like fucking 2 touchdowns. He could catch that. He could catch Christmas. He can catch Christmas.
But it all depends on one thing. Like, are they playing Lagway or not? Who's starting?
Both of them.
Man.
Shit, look what I just texted you.
Man,
this is what's going on in Colorado right now.
Stop, man.
Someone has driven a truck onto the field.
Hey, send it to the group chat, Josh. Send it to the group chat.
Okay.
Oh my God, Colorado.
It's a joke, bro. Like, what are we doing? Why is he on the field, bro?
It's not real up there, man.
It can't be, bro. Every day,
bro.
What are we doing, man? Like, what are we doing? How is he getting to the field? Why aren't things locked? It's just not buttoned up. The operation isn't buttoned up over there.
But you know what? It's certain players get privileges, bro.
But that's not even.
It better not be a player. I'm telling you that right now. If that's a player, we're gonna have a long talk.
All right, so are we going with?
Bro? How'd he get in?
I'm going with Florida plus 4.5.
Hey man, I'm telling you right now, Billy Napier, we are recording on Sunday, and you might not make it to Monday if you lose. By 10.
Yeah,
you can lose this game, but you cannot lose it by 10.
Okay. Oregon plus 17 or Oregon State minus 7. Oregon minus 17 or Oregon plus 17.
Y'all gonna hate me.
No, hell no, we ain't.
Y'all gonna help me. Oregon looks funny in the light.
Oh no, we're taking
for the first part of the show.
Hey, I didn't see the first part of the show, but if you told me the Oregon State was gonna beat their ass,
I'm taking Oregon. So we're moving on. So Oregon State plus 17. We all agree.
Oregon State plus 17. Oregon State. It's a rivalry game, man. You never know, man. That shit go down to the last 3 seconds.
See?
Okay.
We here, bro.
Yeah, we here. We already said Tulane 13.5 or Oklahoma minus 13.5 or Tulane 14.5, 15.5, 16.5.
Who did Tulane lose to? I know they lost that game. I can't remember who.
They lost to Kansas State by a touchdown last week. They were up 21 points.
How good is Kansas State?
Oklahoma wouldn't beat them niggas by 14.
You think Oklahoma beats Kansas State by 14?
No, hell no, fuck no. Unless they just have.
So then, what we talking about, man?
Yeah,
like, give me Tulane with the points.
Yeah, me too. All right, Notre Dame. What you think, Josh? Tulane.
Give me Tulane, bro.
Okay, Notre Dame.
Them bad news Bears. They sick.
Notre Dame
over there right now.
So Notre Dame minus 9.5 or Purdue plus 9.5, 10.5, 11.5.
Give me them goddamn Boilermakers, man.
Me too.
Give me them goddamn Boilermakers, man.
Ole Miss minus 21 or Wake Forest plus 24 or leave it alone.
I mean, how confident are you that Wake Forest can score the points to cover that?
That's my problem is that Wake Forest.
I know Ole Miss can score points. I know Wake Forest can score points, but
sometimes Ole Miss may not care. That's the only thing. They may not care to stop Wake Forest because they're up by 21. This is one of those. This is a classic situation where the score is 56-20, and Ole Miss is winning by 26, and they just let Wake Forest
low. I think they score 60 on them boys.
And it might be 60-30, and they just let Wake Forest.
Just let Wake Forest score. Like,
yeah, so I'll pass. Georgia minus 22 or Kentucky plus 22.
Give me Georgia, man.
I'll ride over under plus 22.
I mean,
yeah.
Ship, do you need to read it off? You read it off again, man.
No, but the over under on the game is 45. So they're predicting Kentucky to beat them Georgia to win by 22. So that's half the points right there. But Kentucky, we'll leave it alone. There's other.
Kentucky doesn't score to the fourth quarter.
They might not. Colorado State or Colorado minus 7 plus 7.
In Colorado State.
I think if
Go ahead.
Did you say?
Go ahead.
I like Colorado State. You know what? I'm leaving it alone because Colorado can possibly win the game by 10 if they wanted to, and I'd be pissed off. And it's still a close game. But in my heart of heart, I'm going Colorado State. But I'm not going to put it for official play. I'd rather just watch this game for fun and just laugh.
I just want to be a fly on the wall during this whole week of preparation. Like, what is going on up there? Like, you can't tell me that those guys want to go out there and play for Shedeur after what he said, bro.
I'm just saying.
And you can't say nothing to him, right? What, you gonna press him and then get kicked off the team because he's the coach's son?
Lord have mercy.
Like, what can you do, bro? You in an impossible situation as an offensive lineman. You don't do your job. You look bad on film. You can't transfer out of there.
Before we get off, one Friday pick for the people. I think Arizona, Kansas State goes over 61 points or 60 points. And I think Arizona, I think that game is going to be a very entertaining and close game. I think that's
I can't wait for that game.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a very close game. I think it's going to be it's a short week for Kansas State. I think that's going to be a very, very high-flying game. But right now, guys,
so we're going over 60.
Mm-hmm.
Who wins the game, though?
I'm taking the points in this game.
This points?
7.5. I would take the points. I'm not going to put it as an official card, but if I had to pick, I would take the points. I like the over. Not going to put that in the official card.
It's a private game. You can build his ticket off that game alone. Just
take
the points over the points, and then the spread.
Yep. So we got Florida State 6.5. Florida State 5.5. LSU 6.5. Boston College plus 17. Florida plus 4. Oregon State plus 17. Tulane plus 13.5. Purdue plus 10.5. Out of those teams, what 3 or 4 do you like the most? We're only going to give out 3 or 4. We're not going to give out a bunch of straight picks. Out of those 5, what do you like the best? And we'll wrap the show up from there.
Read them one more time.
Purdue, the original spread is 9.5, but I'm going to make it 10.5. But Purdue plus 10.5, Tulane 13.5, 14.5, 15.5. Oregon State 17, 18, 19. Florida money line or 4 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. Boston College plus 16, 17, or 18. LSU minus 5.5, 4.5, 3.5. So we all agree LSU.
Yeah. So LSU.
Purdue.
You got your Oregon State. Take your Oregon State.
Yep.
And the Colorado. Was it? Did we say Colorado State?
No, we didn't.
No. It was the.
So we got 2. We got 2 so far.
Yeah. So the Oregon State. And
the only thing you got left is you got Purdue left. You got Purdue left, Tulane left, and Florida left, and Boston College left.
Boston College, and take Boston College with the points.
So we got in Florida State.
Mm-hmm. So
what is yours? So what is yours, Jerry? You got or you do want to do 3 or do you want to do 4?
We can do 3.
Okay, so what's your 3?
My 3 is Oregon State points.
Good.
You got LSU.
Okay.
LSU with the points. And then Boston College with the points.
All right, Josh, you.
LSU minus 6.5.
Yep.
Oregon State plus 17.
Yep.
Florida money line.
Yep.
Florida State money line. That's right.
I agree. I'm riding with Josh.
Why? Hey, y'all still
I'm right.
On boys, man.
I'm right,
Jalen. Right, Jalen.
I'm right.
All right, give me floor, hey, bro. Give me floor, because the only reason I'm in this is because of Ship. The only reason that I'm in any of this sports betting is because of Ship. Give me Florida State. Give me Florida State.
I'm taking Florida State money line, LSU with the points. I'm taking Florida money line. I'm taking Oregon State with Oregon State with the points.
I'm gonna look dead in the camera when I win money this week. I'm gonna come right back here.
So you guys are not touching Boston College at all.
I mean, it'll be on another. I put that on a ticket or two, but as far as that, with that, absolutely not. I'm putting 100 on that.
You putting 100 on that?
Yes, sir.
I get Florida money.
I understand.
Florida money line. Florida money line. LSU with the points. Florida State money line, and we got Oregon State plus 22. Guys, we told you all week. We're gonna wrap it up right there. I'll put the picks out on the page starting tomorrow, but we'll holler at you probably either Monday or Tuesday for a recap and best bets. Also, you can throw in anytime touchdown. Travis Hunter versus Colorado State. He was hurt last year. They're gonna get him the ball, and they're gonna, like Shedeur said, we're gonna go out swinging. We're gonna go out on my arm. We're gonna go out on the best player.
I can respect that.